Let's get right into it. Number 10.
Have you ever walked into a room with an extremely important mission in mind, only to freeze completely the moment you step inside?
Like, you're heading in thinking, okay, I need to grab my phone from the table. And then, just 1 second later, you look around as if you've teleported and forgotten the meaning of life.
At this point, your brain is like a computer that just got reset. Blue screen, all your temporary data gone.
Scientists call this an event boundary. Basically, every time you move from one physical space to another, your brain automatically closes the old memory tab to save energy, then opens a brand new, totally empty one.
The result is you just stand there in the middle of the room wondering if you're sleepwalking or if someone's hacked your brain.
Some people even go back to the previous room, hoping their memory will reload. And surprisingly, it usually works.
Don't worry, everyone's been there. Geniuses and, well, goldfish-brained party animals alike.
Honestly, this is just a small bug your brain installs by default to clear out temporary junk, like when you forget where you left your keys.
So next time you suddenly find yourself standing in the middle of a room like you've been hypnotized, just remember, your brain's running some routine maintenance, not deleting your childhood.
Number 9. Have you ever heard a song somewhere and then the chorus just sticks to your brain like superglue?
Maybe it's something ridiculously silly like Baby Shark doo 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 doo, or even just a random jingle. But after that, everything around you starts to get infected by the tune.
Suddenly, you're walking down the street, you see a sign that says laundry service, and in your head, you're remixing it to laundry service, 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 service.
Even the sound of car horns, elevator dings, or your phone ringing, somehow it all turns into background music for the weird concert going on in your mind.
This is what's called an earworm. Basically, a musical parasite that just latches onto your brain and refuses to let go.
The more you try to forget it, the louder that chorus gets. Like some invisible DJ has hijacked your nervous system and turned your brain into a private club. Sometimes you end up humming or singing under your breath, even though no one around you can hear, but you're stuck in your own private remix loop.
It happens to everyone. Kids, professors, even professional musicians who pretty much live with earworms all their lives.
And if you think you can get rid of it by listening to another song, sorry to break it to you, but usually it just switches from Baby Shark to the next annoying hit.
So if your brain is blasting music nonstop like this, don't worry, you're not broken. Your mind is just throwing you a free party.
Number 8. Blushing for absolutely no reason. You know that moment when someone asks you the most normal question, like, how's your day? And suddenly your face turns tomato red? No warning, no scandal, just instant tomato mode activated. Maybe someone just looks at you for a second too long, and now you're standing there, cheeks on fire, feeling like you've been caught stealing office supplies, even though you haven't done a thing. Here's the wild part. You're not embarrassed, you're not guilty, and you're definitely not auditioning for a role in a drama series. But your body, it's decided, let's broadcast this moment to the whole tribe.
This is a leftover bug from our ancient group chat days, when being stared at meant you'd probably done something to tick off the whole village. Back then, going red was your body's emergency signal. Uh-oh, time to face the music, or maybe dodge a rock or two.
But here's the twist. In the modern world, nobody cares if you accidentally buy 2 kinds of milk or get caught daydreaming at the checkout line. Your brain just likes to keep things interesting by hitting the panic button for zero reason.
And the more you think, oh no, I'm blushing, the more you look like a radioactive strawberry at a summer festival. Congratulations, you just activated bonus blush mode.
Everyone's had it at least once. Introverts, extroverts, even that super chill friend who never seems bothered by anything.
So next time your face goes full tomato in public, just own it. Your brain is basically throwing a surprise party for your cheeks. No RSVP required.
That's just one of those classic human glitches. Sometimes your operating system just likes to show off, whether you want it to or not.
Number 6. Ever notice how your brain loves to prank you at the absolute worst moment? Like you're sitting in a super serious meeting or finally working up the nerve to confess your feelings, and suddenly, bam, your mind plays a full HD movie of you tripping over a chair or randomly screaming in public. At first, you're just trying to focus. Be normal. Act like a functioning human being. But your brain? Nope. It's on a mission to throw in the world's most embarrassing mental blooper reel right when you need it the least. These little brain glitches even have a name: inappropriate, intrusive thoughts. Scientists call them that, but honestly, it just feels like your own mind turning into a stand-up comic with zero chill. And the worst part? The more you try to ignore the thought, the louder it gets. Like, what if I just started singing right now? What if I spilled coffee on my boss? What if I suddenly screamed potato for no reason? You're just sitting there, poker face on, pretending everything's fine while your inner monologue is pure chaos. Everyone gets these random, unwanted thoughts sometimes. Yes, even that super composed person who seems like they have it all together. But here's the good news. Having weird thoughts doesn't mean you're weird. It just means your brain has a wild sense of humor. So next time your mind decides to stage an improv comedy show right in the middle of your big moment, just shrug it off and laugh. That's one bug we're all running. Number 5. You ever just lie in bed and suddenly your brain starts running a full-on argument with someone, out loud, in your head, about a fight that never even happened? One minute you're ready to sleep. The next, you're starring in a personal courtroom drama. In these imaginary debates, you've got the perfect comebacks. You say all the things you wish you could say in real life. Your imaginary opponent never stands a chance. It's like your brain becomes both the director and the lead actor in a never-ending soap opera. The wildest part? Sometimes you're winning arguments you never even had, with people you barely even know. Could be your boss, that random guy at the coffee shop, or even a neighbor's dog if you're really tired. You rehearse every single line. Sometimes you get creative and imagine yourself dropping the mic and walking away to thunderous applause. In your head, you're the undefeated champion of arguments. But in real life, yeah, chances are you just stand there and say something awkward like, actually, the scientists call this imaginary dialogue rehearsal. It sounds impressive, but really it's just your brain turning you into a samurai keyboard warrior, without ever sending a single text. So next time you find yourself verbally roasting someone at 1 a.m., don't worry, you're not crazy. You're just practicing for arguments that'll never actually happen. Number 4. Ever had that weird moment when you're sure your phone is buzzing in your pocket? Vividly, like, whoa, someone must really need me right now. But when you pull it out, absolutely nothing. Dead silent. Not even a spam call. It's called phantom vibration syndrome. And yes, it's real. Your brain gets so used to the idea of notifications popping up every 5 minutes that it literally starts inventing its own. Sometimes you feel the ghost vibration in your bag, sometimes on the table, sometimes even when your phone isn't anywhere near you. Just a little bing in your leg and your brain goes, quick, check your phone. You might be famous now. Blame it on modern life. We're all secretly conditioned to treat notifications like urgent, life or death alerts, even if it's just an app reminding you to drink water or a meme from your group chat. Some people even double-check their phone 5-6 times an hour, just in case. No messages, not even a missed call. Still, your leg swears it felt a buzz. Scientists say this is your brain's way of dealing with anxiety and the nonstop barrage of digital signals. Our minds would rather make up notifications than risk missing out on something important. So if you ever feel your pocket vibrating but your phone's just chilling, congrats! You're officially a member of the Phantom Notification Club, population, everyone with a smartphone. Number 3. Ever just be walking down the street, headphones in, music blasting, and suddenly catch yourself wondering if you're secretly the main character in some kind of hidden camera movie? Maybe you catch your own reflection in a window and think, okay, is there a film crew behind that parked car? Or you start imagining dramatic zoom-ins and slow-motion shots while you cross the street with a super deep song playing? It's not that you want to be famous. It's just sometimes real life feels way too boring to not have a secret plot twist going on. Your brain basically starts directing its own movie, starring, you guessed it, yourself. You start to wonder if maybe there's a secret audience somewhere laughing at your inside jokes or rooting for you every time you do something remotely cool. Even tying your shoelaces feels important, like it should be in a movie montage. Scientists call this the Truman Show delusion, named after that movie where Jim Carrey's whole life is secretly filmed. Turns out, a lot of people get this little bug, especially when life feels repetitive or you've watched one too many movies. So next time you zone out in public and start narrating your own life in your head, don't worry, you're not crazy. You're just the unpaid main character of your own reality show, and your brain is running the cameras.
Number 2. Ever found yourself staring into the mirror for a bit too long and suddenly your own face starts to look off? Like, one minute you're just fixing your hair, and the next you're thinking, wait, is that really what I look like? That can't be right. Who is that person? It's a weird, unsettling feeling. Your nose seems different, your eyes don't look like your own, even your smile feels like you're faking it for a passport photo. For a split second, it's like you're looking at a complete stranger. Scientists actually have a name for this little brain glitch. It's called dissociation. Basically, your brain gets bored of recognizing the same old face and temporarily unplugs your recognition software just to save a bit of energy. Instead of, yep, that's me, you get, wait, who dis? This is kind of like when you repeat a word so many times it loses all meaning and just turns into a bunch of sounds. Same deal, but now with your entire face. It doesn't mean you're losing your mind. It just means your brain is hitting the refresh button. So next time your reflection seems like it belongs to a doppelganger, just give your head a little shake. Trust me, you'll be back to yourself in no time.
Number 1. Ever catch yourself talking out loud when there's literally no one else in the room? Like you're giving yourself a full-blown interview, asking the tough questions and then switching voices to answer them. You start off just mumbling, all right, what do I need to do today? Then, before you know it, you're breaking down the pros and cons of eating instant noodles for the 3rd night in a row, out loud, like you're on a late-night radio show. Sometimes you even give yourself a little pep talk. You got this. Or offer advice like your own life coach. There's a part of you that feels silly, but honestly, it helps. Scientists call this self-talk. And no, it doesn't mean you're losing your grip. Turns out it's actually your brain's sneaky way of handling stress, solving problems, and keeping you focused. You're not weird if you do this. Some of the world's smartest people talk to themselves all the time. It's like a mental rehearsal or hitting the refresh button on your day. So next time you catch yourself mid-monologue, don't worry. You're not going crazy, you're just hosting your own private talk show. And hey, at least the ratings are always good.
So you see, our brains don't just work. They're constantly crashing, lagging, and randomly updating like an old computer. The important thing is, everyone has mental bugs, and those glitches are exactly what make you human. Weird, interesting, and totally irreplaceable. Want to hear more bizarre brain bugs? Don't forget to subscribe.